Okay, so hello everybody to the first solo stream. There will probably be coming more than just one. But for now, this is the first solo stream that we have got going. And I'm just going to play some games on the Crucible and with some of my best decks. 1 second, gotta check to make sure everything is working. It seems that it is. I'm having my own stream on the phone, because then I can see if anybody's writing in chat and make sure that the stream is running. I've never. I needed Torvald's help to set up the stream. I really haven't done anything like this before alone, so getting his help to set up the stream was mandatory. Okay, we have my decks here, and I'm going to play some different decks. And I think that I'm going to start with Matrix, which is definitely one of my favorite decks, and it's probably also my best. It's probably my best. It's tied for #1 spot, this deck, probably, with another of mine. But it is a Infernus deck that recurs them really, really well. There's 3 Infernuses, and there's the Steering Grave to get them back. There's the Lost in the Woods to get them back. But one of the cards that really do a lot of work in this deck is actually the Transporter platform right here. Because of me having an Infernus in Star Alliance, because of the Exchange Officer, when I play an Infernus, my Star Alliance Infernus, I can then immediately bounce it up to my hand and then play it again, which is really, really good. I can also, in some matchups, if it's a more grindy matchup and if they're not pressuring me as much, I just keep the Infernus in hand and then chain myself 1 each turn. But whenever I play a Star Alliance turn, I get a free I get to play an Infernus on that turn for chaining me 1 each other turn. So it has a lot of interesting things. It has enough board control to stay in the game against board heavy decks. It has enough amber control to stay in the game against a lot of decks. And it, while being kind of a controller deck, also generates a lot of amber, which is kind of needs to do that because it cannot always find answers to everything because it has such low efficiency. The deck really needs more efficiency to be a top tier competitive deck. It's definitely a competitive deck, but it's not a top tier competitive deck because finding the answers is not always something that you just do. You have to rely on ending the game with the ammo generation often. But let's just go into a game and see what happens. Competitive, no password. It's actually been like quite a bit since I last since I last played against a random person on TCO. I'm playing sometimes against my friends, and I'm playing. Oh my god! As you can see, I'm not used to this because I started the game before I found an opponent. But I usually just play in KFL. Matrix, which is a Swedish, or it's a Nordic KeyForge Liga, which I really enjoy playing in. It really provides the competitiveness of KeyForge that I like and love, and that is hard to find these days when there's no vultures and stuff like that. Being part of NKFL is really something that I like to do. Okay, let's see what's going on. Good luck, have fun. He is going to go first, and he is going to play a away deck that makes a lot of amber. 2 full moons, a lot of amber pips and shadows, efficiency in Locus, Igor, Helperbot, Wild Wormhole, Lab Work. It's definitely a rush deck. It does not have that great amber control. It has the Gamgee and Yancy Gang, Umbra. That's actually about it. Is there really none other amber control? I don't think that there is. Binding Rupture is definitely something you have to keep out of. It's a very low arc or SAS card, but in the right situation, it can just win you the game. So it's definitely something you need to keep in mind. This hand seems fine. I like having the Fangs of Cavern. Infernus is a bit early. What am I looking to draw? We have, of course, Eaton's Jar. I'm sorry, opponent, for being very slow. Actually, don't know whether or not to keep it. I think I'm going to mulligan this because the Infernus is probably really important to get off in this matchup, and Steering Grave is not. Savage Clash is definitely not good early. So I'm going to mulligan it. And also had no Starlands creature with the upgrade that I had, and I would not be guaranteed to have a creature on board to get the Ember. Small thing, but we have something. Oh, there's a Throwing Dart and a Whistling Dart. Nefenta Seed. He can set up a crazy full moon turn, but he does not have a lot of, because he can full moon, Nefenta Seed full moon, or if he has 2 full moon, he can then play 3 full moon on the same turn, and I do not have scaling amber control in this deck. Well, I'm going to play this here. I'm going to play the Mindfire. And there's definitely reasons to both play and discard Infernus. I could discard it to then archive it with Steering Grave. I could also play it to have a creature on board, then probably shuffle it back with Lost in the Woods. But if he kills it, I'm going to be sad. So I'm going to discard the Infernus and then Steering Grave it back in my archive. Seems good. So binary rupture is interesting. If your opponent is at like 5 amber or 6 and you up their key cost or something, and you check. Now I need to think. No, whenever you check, if you check, the binary rupture can be dangerous, and you should probably generate a lot of some amber at least right after you forge. Because if you didn't, they can then binary rupture. So depending on how much amber they have in that situation, and how much amber you have after you forge, you should consider choosing a house that will generate you amber. So Lost in the Woods is a really, really strong card, but it's not great against play effects. It's definitely not the worst. It's probably better right now to shuffle an Igor into your stack than to leave it on the battlefield. So you cannot reap with it. Starline seems good here. If I'm lucky, I can next turn Lost in the Woods my own Infernus to shuffle it back into my deck. So I'm going to play Starlines. I'm not going to pick up my Archive. I'm going to say that a creature here cannot fight, and it's going to be Igor. It has the most power. And that's about it, I think. Infernus to take my opponent's grave. Get rid of. So generally I want to purge cards from different houses, because I just thought about Lab Work and Wild Wormhole, but when he then shuffles his deck in, there will be a greater uneventy in the amount of shadows and locust cards, so there will be a high chance of him drawing shadows cards, which is not something I like, because then he will play more cards in a turn, statistically. So I'm going to take Hidden Stash and Wild Wormhole. It probably won't matter, because I'm going to play at least one more Infernus before he shuffles in. But if he plays cards that I really want to get rid of, I should be able to purge them. And now he played Lost in the Woods. He played a Full Moon, and he didn't seed the Full Moon back into his hand. Oh dang, that's not this. Okay. Oh, I'll just not use it. Okay, so he used Persistence Hunting, and then he chose this, because the Infernus is normally a disc creature, but this is a Starline creature. So he wanted to exhaust all of my he wanted to exhaust my Infernus, but misclicked. So I'm not going to use it, even if I chose Starlines, which I'm not going to. I'm very much going to play Unsim here. I have a lot of makes sense. I have a lot of Unsim cards in hand, and I really want to shuffle my Infernus back into my deck, so I can draw the platform before the Infernus dying. Untamed. No, I don't want to draw my Archive. I want to play Niflgrounds. I don't want to shuffle Floof into my deck, so I'm going to play Lost in the Woods first. Get this one, and I think I'm going to get these, I don't know, as like maybe Feeler, because he has 3 Locust creatures on the field right now, which I don't like, so he can reap for free, which he's probably going to do next turn, unless he's playing Shadows. But that's life. I don't want him to be this big, and maybe, I don't know. Should I take? No, because Feeler lets him draw another card when he plays it, so I'm going to take the Wolves. And then I'll make a big Floof. This is a situation where I have to be aware of Binding Rupture, because if he now does not generate a single Amber, I will have to generate Amber on my next turn. Because if I don't generate any Amber on my next turn, I will have 0 and he will have 5 if he didn't make Amber this turn. And when he Binding Rupture there, he would just gain 5 Amber, which is really, really good for such a generally bad card. I get to Forge, and I get to play this here. Also, the Exchange Officer is so cool with having already this supporter play. Actually, playing Starlines here is definitely a choice, a possibility, because when you have the platform down and you play an Infernist and you then play Exchange Officer, you can use the platform to take your Infernist up into your hand again and then play it immediately, which is really good. But I think I had to just play this. I think I just have to play this here. It's too many cards, and I like disturbing his board. I like bouncing the Yangtze back into his hand. We have to remember he has the Siege, so whenever he wants to, he can play any card from his discard pile. I might actually be able to deny him if I hit something with Mindfire, which I don't think is unlikely, but it's definitely not likely. Definitely more unlikely than likely, but he definitely has some Amber Herbs. I'm going with this. So there's a choice between playing Double Doom first or playing Mindfire first. I'm going to play Mindfire first because I do not want to discard the Yance Gang. It's not a great card. I want to discard something else, like a Full Moon. That's fine. He has played it's probably pretty good actually. And then I'm going to hit a Master Theory. It's fine. Why has this taken 7 damage? Okay, plus life for life. Infernus, and the opponent's deck. I'm going to get rid of Hidden Stash is really good. Dust Chronicle is really good. But I would like to purge cards from different houses, and I have not purged a Untamed card yet. And it's not like these cards are way, way, way better than Persistence Hunting. But Persistent Hunting is not very good against my deck. But killing my creatures is very good against my deck. So I'm going to take They Everywhere and a Dust Chronicles. I'm a bit sad I didn't get to deny him this turn, because then he can just kill the Brabble without losing any Amber. But such is life. He's developing a Shadow Sport that can steal on play. I'm definitely considering Savage Clash here. It's saving my Brabble, so there's a potential for him to still lose Amber. It's saving his Yance Gang, which is not great. I could fight the Yance Gang before and then let Sylvan survive, but I think it's better to just reap with Flume. I would also play Starlines to set up the platform before I draw the Starlines Infernus. That would be good. It's definitely Starlines or Untamed here. Let's see how many cards you've played of each house. Because if you haven't played a lot of Shadows cards, I'm going to play Untamed. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he only has 2 Shadows cards left in his 14 cards. So it's not very likely that he's going to play Shadows, and therefore I'm going to wait with the Untamed. I'm going to play Star Lines to get the momentum. This will give me 2 ambers. And we're going to put Universal Translator on my Flume because I'm most likely to play Untamed on my next turn. This is definitely a possibility, but I'll do it like this. My 3 other cards are kinda high priority targets. The Infernus, he doesn't want me to transport a platform that. The Rabble was good to kill before he made any Amber, and the Officer can bounce my Infernus back to my hand. If he does not kill any of my creatures, I'm definitely going to play this here. That is most certainly a mistake. He could have played Shadows and destroyed either of these, or fought with 2 Locust guys. No, he played this one, so he had to play another house then. But me being able to read these guys, bounce this back to my hand, play it again, is really, really good. So I'm going to do that. And I could even gateway at the end. I'm going to evaluate that then. Actually, I had to do it now because I had to find out whether or not I'm going to fight or not. I really don't like the chains, and I do have a Savage Clash in hand, so I think I'm not going to gateway this turn, because I'm going to Savage Clash next turn, and I think I'm just going to reap them all. I thought about fighting Infernus into Umbra and then bouncing him, but I like the risk from reaping. Reap. That is how I play this game. Get my Infernus back. Play it on the left. Opponent's deck will get rid of a lab work, and I guess a hunting, and also so he only has 1 amber, so I'm going to take a full moon, and well, yeah, maybe, I guess I'll take the full moon, with his helper bot seed shenanigans. We don't want none of that, and then I'll take a hidden stash. Discarding the gateway, passing on 7 amber. I always like to check their deck's SAS right after the game and try to guess how much SAS it had. And from this until now, I'm guessing like about 75, 76, 77, something like that. He's Nature's Calling my Brabble into my hand. Common Cold to deal some damage. He does not have Cleansing Wave. The Groove Keeper in an interesting spot. Very, very interesting spot. He should probably have played Groove Keeper first, and then this right after. So Groove Keeper got buffed by Anger, and Groove Keeper also buffed Umbra. The only thing that makes this reasonable, if he has something next turn that he really wants to buff, and I don't think that is the right play. I could even play this here again. Play the same turn as last turn. Reap. Get an Infernus up into my hand again. Seems actually really good. When he doesn't deal with this situation, there's no reason for me to play anything else, when I can just purge all his good cards and reduce his amber. I definitely could play Untap here, but I'm not that scared of this Shadow turn, and I'm definitely not scared of his board getting wider or taller because of the Savage Clash. So it's definitely this turn. If I reap, I can reap up to 4 amber. Is there anything worth fighting? I don't think so. I like making amber. I could fight an Infernus into Umber, but I would like to have them survive and force him to kill my Infernuses. So I'm the one reaping and he's the one fighting. Reap, bouncing an Infernus with a damage icon. I'm just taking this Infernus because then I can play it on the right and have a higher possibility of putting a taunt next to it. Because in this deck, I would like to have my Infernuses stay on the field. I'm definitely taking Tenacious Call. A fucking absurd keyboard card. Don't know who printed it. I guess Sucker Punch as well. It's called Life or Life. Against my 3 Cephaloids, I would like them not to be dealt with. So next turn, I'm almost certainly playing Hunting. And this turn he's probably going to do something that deals with my disboard. Now I have used it several turns in a row. So he's probably going to fight at least the Exchange Offsuit. But I think that both my Floof and another creature is going to survive. So next turn I can reap Floof, use the Translator to reap another creature, and then play Savage Clash to check for a game. He's returning the Common Cold to his hand to play it after he played all his creatures. I don't think he is thinking very much about his plays. He did not deal with this situation, but he did deal with the Floof. There's no way I'm just playing this again, right? Yeah, his board is getting too big, and he shuffled in. He has no cards in discard left, so this is what we got before he shuffled in. Infernuses are so fucking stupid. Untamed, clear the board. I would like PAQ to survive. Choose an enemy creature to not destroy. And then I'll just play all these good cards. Well, 2 Cephaloids is not that great, and Niflheim is definitely not a good card. So don't know why I said that. Also, Fertility Chant in this deck is pretty fucking stupid because of the Infernuses. So you can purge your own Fertility Chant and make them lose 4 amber. Should be illegal. I cannot play anything with Subby Kirby next turn unless I draw something with Layer Lands. Actually, I forgot this game to check if he had. It's such a long time. Oh my god. I forgot to check if he had artifact removal. Yeah, which I definitely should do. He really made a board this turn. I'm quite scared now because if he just plays Logos next turn and Reap for 6, that is not Infernusable. I definitely have to play Starlines here for the efficiency. What do we have in the deck? This is actually really not great all of a sudden. Me losing here would not be good. Logos next turn, reaping with 6 is quite scary. How much denial does he have left? I just realized that I have won. He has scammed you. That's literally it, right? Yeah, so if I just play Untamed, okay, I've just won. Never mind. Fertility Chant, Flanked Cavern. Do I need to fight anything? No, I do not. I need to reap 3 times. Yeah. GG. VP. He has left. I'm sorry, my man, if I play too slow. Dinobot says really cool deck. Thank you. I'm also very glad that if I have to be the person that's playing a a goddamn Infernus deck that centers around it and its win condition really is playing Infernus again and again. I think that's a really boring playstyle, but I'm really glad that if I have to get a deck that's really good and has that game plan, it is quite spicy in the Exchange Officer, Infernus, Transporter Platform, Lost in Wood, Fertility Chain thing. So it's a bit more spicy and interesting than just having 3 Infernuses and a Steering Grave and a Grim Reminder. Okay, good shit. I'm going to lower my guess at his SAS to 72. Because there's no denial in the deck. It's exactly 72. Holy shit. The Navigator that Rainman's Glass. Yeah, as you can see, it has no denial, a lot of rush. All the deck did was make Amber. Also no Amber control, artifact control. A lot of efficiency. Holy shit, that's a lot. Okay. Really fun archetype. This is one of my. This is probably my favorite archetype. Just make a lot of Amber, and if your opponent makes more Amber than you, you're just screwed. It's not the most competitive, but it's a really fun one in my opinion. I also really love efficiency decks, which is sad because when you look at the top of my list of my decks, I have so bad efficiency in my decks. My highest SAS has 1 efficiency from the Captura. This deck is really bad. Definitely not. I don't know why it has 82. It's really bad, but also low efficiency. Uther is a deck that has 12 efficiency, which is a lot, but I've bought it online. We have Bitflay here, one of my most efficient competitive decks at 5. Matrix I just played, the Subby Kirby gives it the 3.5, and Layer the Lands, and then Gateway pulls it down. White Drop exactly 0 because Hidden Stash Shanta Horns is efficiency, and then 2 Gateways pulls it down. And then there's Jail right here at 11 efficiency, but this deck is not good. So I'm hoping to soon get a competitive, efficient deck. Okay, let's see what we're going to play now. I think that we're going to play. I kind of want to showcase my my White Trough. White Trough is my second deck ever. I opened this, I think it was a week or 2. Maybe it was either like, I think it's 2 days or 2 weeks after release. I think it's 2 days actually after release. And Torvald from KEYFORGE told me and Carl that a new game came out and we should try it. And we went to the local game store and I got this deck, and I just at the beginning of the game liked this, so I glad I got this. I was glad I got this. And then slowly but surely found out that this deck was really, really good. But it was fun learning the rules with this deck, especially because when I started playing KeyForge, I was obsessed with board control, and I would always fight, just because I've learned that from other games. Always fight the board, and then reap when you don't have anything to fight. I'm pretty much the opposite right now. I probably reap more often than I should, but I just like making Amber because it wins you the game. But this deck it's bouncing a lot in SAS, and 79 is probably a bit too much. It can definitely pop off, but it can definitely draw really, really bad as well. And I think that's a lot of the times the case with a zero efficiency coda deck. They're really like hit or miss in the games. So I think mulliganing, knowing when to mulligan with these decks is probably some of the most important decks to know how to mulligan with. But let's try to play it. It's usually getting beat up in competitive, but it's still like one of my most dearest decks because I used it to win a lot of tournaments. I used it to win multiple tournaments. So it'll be in my heart forever, I think. I'm probably going to sit when I'm 70, sit with White Trot and think, oh my god, you started the KeyForge thing. So he's going to go first. I'm going to say good luck, have fun, smiley face. And he has key abduction, but no way to trigger it. I was about to get triggered. This hand is not the worst, definitely not the best. Succubus is fine, hand of this is bad. Ghostly is fine. Bait is bad. Silent without a creature is bad. I cannot play silent, so I'm going to mulligans. That is way better. One thing about White Shot is that it has 3 gauntlets, and you really want them out early. The Brobler part can generate a lot of amber in this deck, like a lot of amber with relentless assault, and 3 gauntlets to then ready and fire the board off, and then when the board is dead, you just reap with the rest. Crazy strong in the right cases. Right now, it's not crazy strong. What did he? You may reveal a creature from your hand. He revealed Shadow Self, another one. I actually didn't quite get his deck. Doorstep, disgusting. Ammonia Clouds, Psychic Network. Steal 1 for each ready mass creature? I'm actually not sure. Psychic Network. Steal 1 for each friendly ready mass creature. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to play my turn, look on his deck after, so he doesn't have to wait that much. I'm actually considering Gateway here. I guess I cannot. I have the Relentless. There's no reason to. Going to play these so I can taunt the ones that are most important to keep in the field. I don't think actually I have a taunt in this deck now that I remember. I don't. Shadowstorm and Doorstep is not nice. Vault Keeper, is that the one that says that I cannot steal? I think it is. Oh, he plays Doorstep now. So we need to have something damaged to finishing blow it. This is not a good turn. It often is the case with Right Shot that is not a good turn. Right Shot has really bad turn and it has really good turns. And this is not a great one. Oh, and the Bulwark gives the Shadow Self's armor. That's actually pretty disgusting. This is almost a gateway, but it's not quite. I think I'm going to play Shadows and then archive the Relentless, and then hope he next turn plays something like Shadows and develops a bigger board. So I then can gateway it. Cleansing Wave is as well something that we need to keep track of. But it does not seem like he has a card that deals damage to everything. He has Poison Wave actually. And Vault Keeper is something that we really need to be alert of, because White Top steals a lot. This is definitely a gateway. Sanctum guys are big and Reap. And we don't like neither of those. No, I don't want my archive. And now I could consider Fear before playing Gateway to lower his efficiency. And he has played a lot of Sanctum, so it's not very likely for him to play Sanctum again. So actually, before I clear the board, I'm going to Fear his Protectrix back up to his hand, because Protectrix is a bad card. I really like this play. It lowers his efficiency because next turn he's probably not going to play Sanctum. I also used to, in this situation, play Poltergeist to gain an amber from it, destroy my gauntlet, ready and fight with Charette, and then I could read with it, I gain 2 amber from that. But I've come to the conclusion over the years that it's actually better to just discard it this early in the game. I like more the value from the gauntlets than the immediate 2 amber. But I'm really a person that tries to generate as much amber per turn, so I wouldn't blame anybody for playing Poltergeist there. The Shadow Self here is really good for him. I could pawn sacrifice to kill both of his good minions if he didn't have it, but he has it. So sucks to suck. I'm going to play Shadows. The question is whether or not I should sack Carlo or pawn sacrifice, or Charette. I have both Gauntlet and Iron Obelisk left of artifacts in my deck. Carlo steals 1 when you play an artifact, and he has Elusive and Skirmish. I think that I'm going to sack Carlo because actually the Silent Dagger on Carlo is better because he has Elusive. Oh my god, I don't know. I guess I'm going to sack Carlo. Like this, and the reason is Charette having 4 power instead of 1, which is going to be good with the Relentless turn that I'm setting up. So I'm within 3 turns, hopefully, playing a big Brogna turn, where I'm playing some creatures, Relentless Assault to kill their board. Ah shit. Relentless Assault to kill the board, and then Gauntlets to Reap. I'm trying to set that up. He has 9 amber now. He has no respect for my too much to protect. No respect. It's very dangerous to do that. If I had too much to protect here, it would be very good. And I did not even play. I did play Shadows last turn. Okay. Very risky play, but I can respect a risky homie. It has to be Brobna here, but I'm not going to pick up the archive. I should take that Smarty Pants, play this one, use it to fight Shadow Self to gain an amber, use it to fight Umbra to gain an amber. This has Elusive, right? Yeah, it has Elusive. It's fine. He has played his doorstep, but he can still Shadow Storm me when I check next turn. He also has a bait and switch. Use Magna Knife to fight. Wait, you can do that in Sanctum? You may use Magna Knife as if it belonged to the active house. Holy shit! I only thought you could action with Magna Knife. Why is Magna Knife so fucking good? Like, later on with the Auto Legionary, you need it on an artifact, you need to play it, it's very fucking slow. You need to then use it later on, and when you use the Auto Legionary, it's coming out to the battlefield tapped. So you need 2 fucking turns before it's active. On the third turn, it's active. Magnet Knife is not active the turn you played, but it's active every other turn, and you don't even need to pick the house. I'm sorry, you need to pick Saurians again. So they know that Magnet Knife is way too powerful. It's amazing. It's amazing. It is an amazing creature, and it's also very fun. I'm going to play the game now. It's this. Bing bong bing. So here, got the protectors out. Protectrix. I'm very bad at speaking today. He got it out, and he played only 2 cards that turn. And he fought with Magnet Knife. I don't really know what to read from that. It's probably that he has some situational cards. He played Sanctum again. Spirit Ray to destroy everything. Vault Keeper, I may not steal any amber. What is he setting up? Why is he playing Sanctum 2 turns in a row? I guess bait and switch, a big shadow turn, like he has Relentless Whisper and bait and switch in his hand. Is it that? Is it a awkward Mars turn with Ammonia Clouds and Shadow Storm? I really don't know what's going on actually. If I play Sound of Horse, I'm going to either get Hebbe or Ganger. I'm definitely going to play Brotner here, because if I forge, then bait and switch will be stealing amber next turn, because I'm going to kill this now. So Brotner is definitely the right thing. I could take my Relentless up into my hand to generate a fuck ton of amber, but he has still a Shadow Storm, so I'm not going to. Playing this, milling, no cards, just getting the Ganger. Valdir, Iron Obelisk, Ganger, fight Valdir into that. Use this to read with Ganger. Use this to read with Ganger. Good shit. So he's playing Shadows here. He's baiting a switch. Okay, it was that, but can you do anything to Relentless Whisper? Oh, my Valdir has 2 health. Oh, he only played bait and switch and Dusk Runner. What is going on? He has so many Mars cards in hand. What is he doing? He has only played 2 Mars cards. He does not have Battle Fleet, right? Why is it Orbital Bombardment? Is he setting up for that? This is odd. He has a lot of Mars cards in hand. I guess he's setting up for a bombardment turn. I get to forge, and I get to play a really good shadow turn here. I go from 0 to steal 2 of his amber to deny him. Get 2 more, up at 6, play this guy, reap him. Crazy shit. If I need to play Mars, Orbital Bombardment, yeah. Showcasing 4 cards. Crystal Hive, Psychic Network, Combat Pheromones, Key Abduction. He's basically doing nothing this turn other than killing my board. And generating some amber. Okay, he's definitely not doing nothing. Still disrespecting the fucking too much. I'm going to win this turn with Shadows. My man. Steal 2, reap, play this, destroy my own to deny him, check another fuck ton. He has to play Shadow Storm to get rid of all of our amber. And he played Shadows last turn, so I'm not mad about that. He's probably only going to play 1 more card. And that's it. Yeah. Okay. A key ahead. I have very little Brobnar in my deck, so I'm going to play Brobnar now. And then probably draw some more this next turn. And then probably play this next turn. still have the fucking Relentless in the archives. Like so. Raiding Knight, Protected Weak. He's playing such few cards each turn. Card counting is and playing your cards so you draw. Like I told you last turn that I would play Brodna so I could draw some discards. Get the Brodna out because I had such little in the deck, so I'm probably not going to draw any in the next few turns, or at least very little. Therefore, I draw the two other houses, so therefore I need to set up to play them. Doing stuff like this is like that can win you a lot of games in KeyForge. It's not very strategic, but it's something that you just need to. It needs to be something that you just do automatically. It doesn't need to be, but it can, like, getting that as a fundamental will just raise your win rate a lot. Definitely this. I could definitely fear the Remil. Use two other mass creatures this turn. Yeah, I'm going to. Actually, not sure here. Going to position around my Ganger Chieftains. I'm not going to fight with Pit Demon, so. What should I apologize? It has free armor. Okay, I'm going to fear this because it has free armor, so there's no fighting it. I guess I'm getting rid of the. I guess we're getting rid of the combat pheromones. Stuff like cards like these, I really like personally. Yeah, I'm not going to use any mouse creatures. When they're like make it so you can play cards. You can use creatures on the board even though you don't play the house. It's very versatile. Can both be used to generate Amber Reaping, but also fighting if you need it. And the fact that you don't have to do it at a specific point, other than you need to have creatures, makes it pretty versatile. Shadow makes a lot of Amber. So next turn, if he reaps Ramiel, he both reaps with Umbra and the Dusk Runner. One, two, three, four. Let's go up to 5. I'm going to do something funky. I'm going to play Shadows. Because I do not develop any creatures this turn, so he cannot fight Umbra into my creatures to steal one. I'm going to Pawn Sacrifice. I'm going to Ghostly Hand. I'm going to play the Silent Dagger on his Ramiel, and I would actually rather have it here right now than not, because then if he reaps the Ramiel, he's going to have to kill either Umbra or Ramiel. He can order it, so this reap effect, use a friendly non-sanctum creature, is used before Umbra, and then after it dies, but it's still going to die. Or the Ramiel, but he's probably going to choose. Yeah, he chose Sanctum here. Reaping, stealing one. Oh yeah, he can of course just play another creature. So he's going to deal 4 damage to this guy, which is pretty annoying. But still fine. Okay, 9 Amber. That's a lot. Still not. Oh, yes. Okay, never mind. This is the only choice here. And I'm really thinking about gatewaying here. Like, I might as well do this first. Like, getting this Amber back and not having him steal any of my Amber seems really good. He could definitely play Shadows next turn. He could also play Mars. It's kind of a long time since he played Mars last time. And I really want to draw, like, especially I only have Headhunter. I need to draw Headhunter. And I need this dead, because he needs to fight, so I actually need to play this, yeah. Because as I see, the way I win this game is with putting out 2 Brobnar guys, using Relentless and 3 Gauntlets to reap, and also I need them to deny him with the Iron Obelisk. I don't know, maybe. Oh shit, that's pretty bad. I might actually lose this. That would be insane. I have to play Shadows here, no other choice. Go into Archive, the same house that I already have in the Archive. Could not check. Drew the Headhunter, but there's still a big dumb Dominator on the field that I cannot get through. Well, I could get through it, but I need to both use my Headhunter and the Ganger, and then there's nothing left to read with. Now that you played that, I can hand up this it. Good thing it came in stunned. Yeah, so I'm going to play this turn. Tame his board a little bit. And next turn, when he checks, I'm going to play Brobnar and fight with the Brobnar creatures so they both survive, but are damaged, and hopefully deny him through that. So he may not produce more than 2 Amber this turn, which he's going to do because he plays Mars. So he's going to, yeah, Crystal Hive, reap, go up to 9, and I've lost. Oh no. Oh no. Well played, my man. He didn't even play a card. He knew what he needed to do. Not even Charette could help me here. I'm just going to play my Brobnar turn. I like it. It's a nice turn. It's a really nice turn. Headhunter, Ganger Chieftain, using him to fight. It's a 60 many. Using this to make Ganger fight here, so they're both damaged. Going to ready and fight with both of these to read them. Going to read this guy and going to read this guy. GG. Repeat. Well, okay, I wanted to compliment him on his last turn. I often feel like some players, I know some players that wouldn't do that on the last turn because it provides no efficiency. They literally just read twice with the Crystal Hive out, but it's definitely the right thing to do, especially when I had no denial. I actually, because this turn was really great, as you could see at the last turn I had, upping key cost by 2 and producing a fuck ton of Amber and clearing his board. So actually, when I played Brobnar, when I played Heavily Huge and the Gauntlet, I think, where I said that I needed to play that because I would draw a lot of Dis and Shadows the next couple of turns because I had very little Brobnar left. Maybe I should actually have kept the Heavily Huge and the Brobnar card and played something else because it seemed like what I needed to win this game was this Brobnar turn. And now it came 1 turn too late. If I had a turn earlier, it might have been better. Also might not have, because he has Doorstep and Shadowstorm potentially. Oh well. That's why I drove wider. This deck is kind of awkward that I lost to, because this is definitely not a very high stats. Probably something like 68. 68 to 70. Okay. It's 76. But this Santa part, okay, I guess. Okay, it's okay. It's the shadows part just being rated very, very high. Finishing blow this high because of Magda Knife, Relentless Whispers, and Poison Wave, and Booby Trap. Makes sense. Hmm. Shadow Self is of course very good, but I think it's Shadow Self would be like insane in Mass Mutation and Wolf Glide, especially in Wolf Glide actually. Uh, but I don't think it's a 2.6 in this set in Coda. There's not enough good creatures that like have lasting effects. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Umbra protecting the two Umbras and protecting the Magda Knife is good enough to give it a 2.9 rating. I don't know. It's at least a very good card and easy to not think it's a good card. It took me a long time to realize how good it is. And it's good that they reprinted it as the Shoulder ID and not as Shadow Self, because Shadow Self it would be devastating in War's Glide. Like putting an Eddie behind this or something with your card all the cards archived that can do in War's Glide. Doom shit. Okay, let's look at playing a last match. New game. Competitive. And this time I'm going to play my highest SAS deck, which is in my opinion, it's a tied first class with like tied number one spot with the Matrix, the first deck I played. Um, it has so fucking much amber control, and it's if you don't destroy the Amphiora Captura, it can basically fucking always deny you. And if you don't deal with the Saurian board very fast, it's going to run away with the game with 3 Citizen Strix, Reaping, getting a lot of amber, and when I've exalted them enough, I suicide them because I have 2 Ludos to make them not give the amber back. City Gates onto a creature and then suiciding it, playing amber icons, then and making them capture with Amphiora Captura, then suiciding a guy, devastating with Ludo. A great thing about this deck is the is the Umbra Fiend. Um, the Umbra Fiend has, as you can see, it has 2 Amber icons and 2 damage. So it's Umbra Fiend is elusive and destroyed steal 1. So when I play it, I gain 2, and then I can deal 2 damage to something that my opponent has. I could also destroy itself immediately if I want to, if the situation is right, to gain the 2 Amber and then steal 1 because of the destroyed effect. So because of it being the elusive type, uh, that is the only reason why it only has 2 health. So that's kind of lucky. Even though the elusive destroyed steal 1 is normally not a very great what's it called combination. Normally it's not a very great combination, but in this situation it really is, because sometimes you just need the want to generate extra amber or deny extra amber. But also there is a Steering Grave in this deck, and you get so fucking much value from just playing this card once. And if you play him, and then later in the game he dies, and then later in the game you Steering Grave, so you can then play him again, that's really good. And if you both have him in your hand and the Steering Grave, you can play him, use the damage icons to kill him, and then Steering Grave it immediately. It's fucking devastating. Also, a lot of my deck have a lot of disruption, and I think in disruption in competitive KeyForge is so fucking good. I think Mindfire is so fucking good in competitive KeyForge. I think Subtle Auto it's way better in competitive KeyForge than it is in casual. Like if you're not playing at a high level, it's often quite bad and can often provide your opponent with efficiency. I think it can still do that in competitive, but there is more often cards that you keep, or cards that you need, or cards that really swing the games. Single cards that really swing the games. Uh, and I like Mindfire more because you can steal a lot of amber, especially when Mass Mutation is the, the most dominant set meta-wise right now, because it's the best set competitive. So Mindfire is really good right now in this meta. And you can see like the win rate is lower, but that's because it's mostly been played in sealed. Where the card definitely isn't a great card, because you're probably not going to discuss something that really can swing the game or are important to the game plan. You're probably just going to discard a creature or an action, and 1/3 of the time, it's and actually probably 2/3 of the time, it's going to allow them to get more efficiency. A little less than 2/3, but. And then there's a Splinter and 2 Molten Cutpress, which resolve, and some more I can see. I don't know what we have else that gives damage icons, but we got 15 damage icons in total, which is almost all of the creature control. We have Lights Out and Harvest Time and Darkwave and Muck, other than those things. So it's really good at dealing with several small creatures, and it's really bad at dealing with few big creatures, especially if they have armor. This deck pokes down creatures over several turns, and then deliver the final blow when I have enough icons. Let's go. Let's play the game. Emir. I maybe should warn them and say that I'm a slow player in the title. I think I'm going to rather slow player. I'm going to try this so the person knows that I'm rather slow, because I both want to think my moves through and not just bruise through the game. Because if I just bruise through the game, I'm not actually getting better. I need to think, and this is something I think that the viewers should do as well. If you want to get better at KeyForge, don't just experience is good and needed. But if you have enough experience to get how the deck plays and how KeyForge plays, then you need to play slowly and think over, why do I even do why is it? So you feel the instinct. You feel, okay, I'm going to play this house, and I'm going to do this or this and this, and then after that you ask yourself, why am I actually doing this, and is this actually the correct play, and what is good about it, and what is good about the other house I could play. And also just talking out loud as if you're streaming is something that has helped me a lot when I played Hearthstone, at least. Because then you realize that you often don't have a reasoning for doing what you're doing. At least I did. I realized that often I thought, okay, I'm just going to do this, and that's just the best thing. But when I then tried to say out loud why it was the best thing, I actually didn't know, and then sometimes came to the conclusion that it actually wasn't. And it's just a habit that I've come in this situation, I'm going to do this. And these habits are really good for your daily KeyForge playing, because then you don't need to think for everything, and it's not that exhausting to play KeyForge. So it's good for your average game of KeyForge to have these habits of just, in this situation, I'm going to do this. But if you really want to win or really want to get better, slowing down and thinking about why you're doing a certain thing is what is something that I can recommend. We're not really getting any opponents with this title, so I'm not going to title it at that I'm a slow player. I'm just trying to not use a minute in a turn. So I'm playing Emir. Emir. I am playing Emir. And he is playing Ragnar. And he's going to go first. Good luck, have fun, smiley face. He's playing Coda. The 3 traditional Coda houses. He is library access phase shifting in a turn. Seems pretty good, but nothing overwhelming. It produces a lot of amber. My hand is not that great. There's nothing I need to hit with Harvest Time. He doesn't have any good, any important destroyed effects or any important artifacts. Taliga is something that I need to have an answer for on turn 1. And I do have that right now in form of Harvesting Time. But I think that I often enough will have an answer for Taliga on turn 1 if you place it right now. I'm often not going to have it if I mulligan, so I'm going to mulligan because this is not a great hand. So he plays this. No Taliga turn 1. Ambering though, I actually did not see that. I also need to have an answer for that, but I do have it. So I can either play Shadows or this right here. Oh shit, he doesn't have Shadows. It's not the 3 traditional code houses. I actually don't know whether or not I should play this or Shadows here. I'm going to play Shadows because it develops 2 creatures and I produce no amber for him to steal. Okay, this is actually definitely the right thing because I just said out loud this thing. It made me realize that it's definitely the right thing, and also he had no amber, so I would not be able to steal any amber if he killed this. So it's definitely the right choice. I could play Soaring here, but if I did, his Hunting Witch would not die. So I'm definitely going to play this here, so I can use the Umber Fiend to destroy the Hunting Witch. The question is whether or not I should first. I think I'm going to because it's such a amber reliant matchup. This he just produces a lot of amber, doesn't have very much amber board control. He has almost enough amber control. I don't know. Maybe I should use Harvest Time to say Mutant to purge these 2. I can play this first because they're both thieves, so I can just say thief instead of a Mutant if I want to do it. I could also get rid of his card, the bear. I'm actually going to get rid of the bear because it's a bear, a beast. Because it's a 5-power creature and I don't have very good ways to get rid of those, and giving him 1 amber sucks. But I'm Mimir, so I just need board control, and if I have that, everything is going to be fine. He does not have a single complete board clear. He has Bouncing Deathcork. He played Principle after playing Twin Build Emission. I think he was at 1. He was at 2 amber, and then he played. I don't know. CCO is annoying because the cards don't pop up, and I don't like just reading this. It's annoying, so often I don't know exactly what my opponent did, but he principled. I lost some amber. He lost some amber. He cleared the board. Yeah, I get the gist of it. Saurians, good artifact, fine artifact, good in this deck. Theory Centurion, and a stun guy. By the way, Pure Shura, probably one of the most busted fucking Keyforge card to ever exist. If it did not have when resolving a bonus icon, you may choose to resolve it as a capture bonus icon instead. If it didn't have that, it would still be a crazy card, like really good card. Compared to Mutagenesis Researcher, like just enhancing your deck with these things is so incredibly good. Also because it's not just like it's not capture icons and it's not damage. It's not a lot of damage, which these are definitely the worst one. It's 2 amber icons and it's 2 draw icons and it's also 2 damage icons. It's insane. I'm going to play Shadows here because it's 4 cards. This is really awkward actually. I cannot get to steal. I cannot get to steal with my rat penny. Amber, please. Oh, I can actually because of. Okay, so I thought that I would, because if I just play rat penny right now, it's going to kill itself with the damage icon. And if I play this first, it's going to kill itself. But that's a lie. I can capture 1 amber onto him, and I then may not capture any more amber, because then rat penny would not steal anything. So I'm going to play this, damage, destroy this, and then steal 1. And actually, no, never mind. Yeah, like so. Interesting situation. Very odd. Very odd. Toxin. Mine. Oh no! He discarded my my sword fiddle with a mind barb. I really needed that sword fiddle. Holy shit! I don't know who designed this card. I really like the flavor, but it's so fucking bad. It's incredible. Like, please give it an amber. I know it's the whole. This is not supposed to enrage, so it's out of house, so it has to be worse. I don't print it or print it playable. Like it would still be very bad if it gave an amber, but okay. My headset just died and I really got scared. I think you can still hear me. Yeah, seems like it. I'm going to take it off then. I have to play my turn. I'm so fucking easy to distract. What do I have most of? This or Saurians? I have most Saurians. And this cannot exalt anything right now, so I'm going to play this. Draw, please. It feels odd without my headset. I'm going to put it back on again. He reaps twice with the Toxins, discarding a Gladiodontus, which I don't give a fuck about, and discarding a Mindfire, which is kinda not what I wanted. Now there are damage creatures because he played Tendrils of Pain. So I'm going to play Saurians, capture 1, get an Amber, exalt this guy. It's pretty annoying that I cannot deal with the Toxins because him reaping twice and discarding 2 of my cards is really good. Discarding 1 card is discarding 2 cards is more than double the good of discarding 1 card. On this guy, he captures. Yeah, I don't need to explain. It makes sense. You haven't produced quite as much amber as I thought he would have. I'm actually producing amber faster than him right now. I have 7 in total and he has 5. And this 3 might not even come back if I can get to suicide it. I probably cannot because he probably does not have a lot of big creatures. Well, yeah, he does not have a lot of big creatures. If he plays Mother now, I could fight into her, and the next turn... Oh, the Library Access turn is coming. Nice, no phase shift. Yet, at least. The Spielentheorist. Anomaly Exploiter. Mother came down. Dexter came down. What a meme. Dexter is so bad. And he drew the phase shift. Succubus with the phase shift. Damn, he's having a good turn. Good shit, good shit. I feel like I have to play Shadows here because I have 4 cards. But then I would deal with none of his bullshit. So I guess I have to play a house that can deal with some of his bullshit. And that house could be this. It could also be Saurians. But it's going to be this. Because Steering Grave, getting an Amber, thank you. Archive this guy is very nice, and I can still use 2 creatures. If it wasn't for the Dominant bubble, I would have played Saurians. I haven't considered what I'm going to fight yet. I think this is going on Succubus, and this is going on Mother. And then if he wants to reap twice and discard my cards, I'm going to cry. But a little bit of crying haven't hurt anybody. Fighting Succubus. Fighting Mother. Yes, please fight. And that's it. Drew Pandemonium. Not great. Kind of wanted to draw a Saurian card there, but can always get what you want to have. He's playing this, so I'm going to discard 3 cards. Okay, Pandemonium. So now please hit Octavia. He reaped this card. Bad Penny is probably the worst thing to discard. He fought Bonesaw with what the fuck? That has to be a misclick. He played Flame Wreath on the Toxin to make it 5 power, then fought my Bonesaw that already had 4 damage counters on it. Did you mean to fight Ludo? Because if he did, we can recover. It would make so much sense if you meant to fight Ludo. Because he buffed it up to 5 power, could kill Ludo, and Ludo is pretty dominant on this board because if I kill the Pharaoh right now, actually what I said that I wanted him to discard Octavia, but of course I don't want that. Of course I want to play Saurians here. He's not answering me. We can fix it if you want to. And that's a competitive. Okay, let's go then. Okay, man, why are people playing in competitive mode if they're not too competitive? I don't like manual mode. Understandable. Let's proceed then. No, it's a comp. yeah, I'm definitely playing Saurians here. Totally fine with no problem. Haha. um, Fighting Toxin, destroying both guys. He is not getting his amber back. Could fight Dexter here. Seems pretty good. Getting my amber back, and I really love killing Dexter over and over again if they play him. Because then they draw less cards, which is really bad. He's not too competitive, he says, which is kind of sad, because I really wanted to get some really good, great, and competitive games in today. I think we got, especially the first one, I think was pretty good. This is like really much a steamroller. Sorange here is just devastating for him. Not going to play any cards before I fight the Teliga off. So use it to fight Teliga. Then play a Citizen Strix with a damage icon on, which I want to use on the Dew Fairy, and a draw icon. And I'm going to damage the Dew Fairy, and then I'm going to use this to amber damage and damage to destroy all his relevant creatures. I'm going to capture one onto the Citizen Strix with the most icons. Not enough amber, choose creatures. I don't know. Reap, passing the turn. So fucking GG. It doesn't feel great to demolish him with a deck that has like 10 more sass than his. He's probably about the 75, 76, 77. Emir is just harsh that way. I wanted to come up against an opponent that had a better deck, so it would be more fair. Like, try me against some Jenka shit. Does Pixie. Good hit, good hit. Giving elusive to the Strixes. Yes, I want an Amber, and yes, I want an Amber, and yes, I would like to. He played Dexter as well. He's definitely not very competitive. It's understandable to play it during library access turn, but not just in a normal turn. It was like, even if it were to deny me, if he doesn't have scaling amp control. Oh, he has principle. Did I just talk shit and then get hit? Okay, if it was because of the possibility of him drawing principle. Oh, it's in the grave, right? Okay, I don't. Yeah, then it's just a misplay. GG, I think. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that was not a very interesting match. He wanted to play in casual and have misclicked in competitive. It happens. I'm just happy that he knows that that is the reason why I'm playing this deck. Uh, and not that he thought that he clicked casual and then came up against a very slow player with a very slow deck and a very controlling deck. That would be really annoying. But if you click on competitive, this is what you have to expect. Let's see. I guess, yeah, 70, 75, 77. What? 67. Holy shit. That's not even It's not even a game. Okay, it's because he has no amber control. Again. It's just nice cards all over. But I guess Sass doesn't like nice cards. It does. I'm just biased. That was it for today, I think. But I am probably going to stream a bit more alone, and I think I'm going to make my own Twitch account, but I'm not sure actually on neither of those things. But I will say it out on the Facebook group and also my TikTok, I guess. And follow KeyFrogs if you haven't yet, and if you like the content. See you all on the next stream on next Sunday, where we have a Christmas special. Actually, we might do some sealed or something. We don't know yet, but see you all then.